Have you ever asked the question, what am I doing here? Maybe you're in a season where you feel stuck, or you're leading a team that seems to have lost its energy and impact. If you've ever felt like you're just going through the motions with no real sense of direction or purpose, you're in the right place. Hey, friends, thanks for joining me today on Leading with Bill. I'm Bill Martin, your personal leadership coach, and this is where biblical wisdom can transform your leadership and life. We're kicking off a new series today called Purpose Driven Leadership, building your life and team on solid ground. This is our first episode, Discovering Your Purpose. And today we're diving into a foundational question. What's my purpose? Getting our leadership anchored with this question is one of the most important steps that we can take in our leadership journey and in life. Let's go to the Bible to find out why this is so important. We'll start with a powerful truth from Psalm 139 and verses 14 through 16. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. In Ephesians 2, verse 10, it says, for we are God's masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. These scriptures remind us that you are uniquely designed by God. What do you think of when you hear the term masterpiece? Something incredibly beautiful. In fact, I like to say that you are made on purpose and for a purpose. Your story isn't an accident. So what does it mean to lead with purpose? Well, purpose-driven leadership starts with self-awareness. Before you can lead others, you have to know who you are and what you're called to do. Your purpose isn't just a job title or your role at work. It's really about your core identity, your strengths, your passions, and your values. When you lead from a place of purpose, you inspire trust and resilience in others. People are drawn to leaders who know who they are and why they do what they do. And without purpose, it's easy to drift, burn out, or lead from a place of insecurity or fear. Let me share two thoughts from my own journey. First, when I was going through a very difficult time in my life, it was recommended to me to spend 40 days going through the book, The Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. Day one began with these words. It's not about me. Like, what? At that time, I'm pretty sure that if you looked at where I spent my time, you looked at my bank account, or even if you looked into my thoughts, pretty scary. Oh, it was all about me. But during that 40-day journey, I found that purpose is not found in selfishness, but it's found in selflessness. And then second, years later, I discovered an approach that truly helped me narrow in on my purpose. It's called the SHAPE model. Stands for S, spiritual gifts. What am I gifted to do? H is heart. What do I love to do? What am I passionate about? A is abilities. What natural talents and skills do I have? P, personality. Based on my personality traits, where am I best suited to serve? E is experiences. How can God use my experiences to prepare me for living out my purpose? As I walked through this SHAPE model, I gained a full picture of how God designed me. Not only did this approach help me focus in leading with purpose, but I'm blessed today to lead this process that we call Next Steps at my church, proven to help others discover their shape and to find and live out their purpose. If you're interested to learn more about this process, just drop me a message. I'd be glad to connect you to these resources and encourage you in these steps. Now, let's get practical. I'm going to share 3 steps that you can take this week to discover or clarify your purpose. This isn't a quick fix or even a 15-minute exercise. You'll want to invest some time in this. So here it is. First, reflect. Take 30 minutes to an hour and journal about your story. You can use the shape model as a guide. Also, here are some questions to prompt you. What are your unique strengths? What are you passionate about? What gets you excited? What powerful experiences have shaped your life? Where have you seen God at work in your life so far? Second, assess. Think about the moments when you feel most energized, when you're in your element. What activities or roles bring out your best? Third, ask. Reach out to a trusted friend or mentor. Ask them, where do you see my gifts making the biggest impact? Sometimes others see our purpose more clearly than we do. Here's my challenge for you this week. Put time on your calendar to invest in this important and critical step in your leadership journey. Start with setting aside an hour to journal about your story, and then look for patterns, moments of purpose in past challenges or successes. Ask yourself, how might God be inviting me to use my unique design in this season? Remember, you are made on purpose and for a purpose. Your purpose is the solid ground you'll build your life and your leadership on. If this episode encouraged you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a boost of purpose today. Friends, thanks for joining today on Leading with Bill. Remember, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and we'll see you next time.